I'm going to read that's really critical for me. Has a good design is not good enough anymore. Companies as varied as Adobe, Nokia, Toyota, and Virgin understand that great design is a prerequisite for turning consumers into customers. Whether it's software or city clubs, when something works right, looks right, and feels right, it sparks an emotional connection. People come to love it, and loyalty soon follows, along with triage, repurchase, reuse, and recommendations. Benefits that fall directly to the bottom line. Such is the power of design. And it's true, it really is. We work with a lot of different clients across a number of different sectors. And one of the things we do across all companies is we pitch ourselves as a design firm. We are a technology firm. We do a lot of development. But the reason we do that, we've had many debates about should we change the name to Insomniac Technology versus Insomniac Design. We always arrive at the answer is no, we don't. Because we've got to be passionate about what the customer is passionate about. And the way you create a successful product for your customer is just thinking intuitively about good design and user experience. So we always bring our clients back to that. We can create all kinds of technology. We have all kinds of developers that do great development, but we focus on user experience design. And that's really a starting point and our ending point. Thank you so much, and I'll open up the floor to questions if you have any. I'm also going to pass out some session evaluation forms. If you kind enough to fill them out, it would be really helpful. Yes?
Yeah, my first question is related to the mapping that you showed.
Yes.
Were you using open layers on that?
We are. We are.
And the map tiles? Or
Sorry?
Were you using the mapping tiles?
Mapbox.
Mapbox, yeah. Yes, go ahead.
And then you were mentioning about getting an interface through SMS messaging.
Yes.
We're using the VORP, the Drupal VORP module.
We have not got into development yet.
Oh, okay.
We're still in the design phase and architecture phase. We're still thinking about what's the best way to do this. And the reason we're spending a lot of time there, countries like Kenya, and a lot of in Ghana, SMS is the primary means of communication. So we're thinking through how do we engage citizens and motivate them to actually give us feedback. They're not going to go on the web. They're not going to spend the time doing that. If they can text a number and say, the well in District 4, I don't see it. We've got the data point. So we're thinking through the user interface and user experience. But we haven't gone into development, but it is a Drupal project. Yes?
I was wondering, with this visually rich environment, visualizations you're presenting, or it's design.
Yes.
How are you addressing accessibility? I'm
Well,
sure with some of these clients, that's very key.
Absolutely. That's a very good question. Accessibility is really important. Some of our clients ask for it specifically, some don't. Really depends on the client. A lot of government agencies do. So a lot of sites we have to think about 508 compliance. And our design, again, that's another issue that we need to know in design phase. So we're designing it the right way. We can't get to development and say, oh, by the way, we need something else. So that we do handle that. Our development and design teams work closely together. We've got some 508 compliance experts on the team that solely look at accessibility. So every stage, starting from information architecture wireframe, we have the accessibility folks looking at it and saying, is this going to work? When it gets to the end stage. And same thing happens to testing.
Have you found any modules in this thing, kind of to expand on what they brought up earlier? Have you found any modules that are more friendly as far as accessibility in terms of data visualizations? Because you've got like Raphael, the Google Maps or Google Charts API, open layers, and
to be honest, I don't know the answer to the question. I'm not a developer. So I'm going to have to talk to my development team. So I'm really not sure.
I have a question about accessibility testing. We mentioned testing from a user standpoint, but you also touched base on, testing from the mass standpoint is a very expensive procedure. What is your approach for usability testing through the life cycle of the project? Because you don't really wait for the end to do that.
Correct, we don't. Ideally, we don't want to. It's not always possible. It's a lot of times driven by budget, timeline, and the client. What we do recommend with our clients is figure out, you have a core team that's managing the project, overseeing some of the regular day-to-day feedback on every stage of the life cycle of the project. But figure out well in advance the end users within the organization. It could be program directors, say for a broadcast media company that we work with. We've figured out around the world, in the Middle East, Asia, Europe, and Americas, program directors that are going to be using the website. So we've taken a random sample of folks, and we've let them know that this project is in development. And every stage we're going to send you design comms or wireframes. We'd like your feedback. So we have a one-page form, very simple, not time-consuming. Want them to feel it, use it, and come back to us. That feedback is used along with the core team's feedback. Now that's a relatively inexpensive way to do it, because you're not going out in the public market and engaging thousands of customers and hiring a market research firm to figure out who those people should be. So that's a more cost-effective way to do that.
You find it pretty difficult to sell that process through your client?
It is very difficult. Not so much from the standpoint of finances or time. It's just the concept. They don't see the value. They're like, I'm the project owner. I'll give you feedback, no problem. But we don't really need to engage everybody else. So that's a huge challenge. Yes?
So what kind of, I guess, like documents and procedures do you use to sort of facilitate conversations between design and development?
We use various tools. One of the best tools we've found is sit across each other. And our office is set up that we have everybody around one table in all our floors. From a tool perspective, we use Redmine, we use Basecamp, we use other project management tools like Asana. Asana is a newer tool that recently got funded. We found a lot of use out of that. It's a very collaborative tool. We use Google Docs a lot, believe it or not, and we do the same thing with clients. So we ask the clients what their preferred mode of communication is. And it really varies from client to client. Some clients, it's 1 or 2 points of contact, and it's just their feedback like we were talking about earlier. And with other clients, there are teams of 5 or 6 people or 10 people at times, and they prefer Google spreadsheets versus emails, PDFs, or some of them don't want to use project management tools because it's a learning curve for some people. So it really depends on the client. So we leave the choice up to them. But internally, we select based on what tools. We don't use Redmine for design development conversations. We use Redmine for internal development testing. But we use Google spreadsheets for design development conversations.
I have one more question.
Yes.
What, I guess, how do you deal with designing things that are required for Drupal but are sort of like development to a brand?
So give me an example of that.
Like a movie message or something that will make it seem like an ad.
So the question is, how do we do that?
Yeah,
Or
like I guess like what approach do you take to
from a design perspective? So that's a good question. And I think the answer to that is twofold. One, it really depends on the end user and the application. Second one is what you're building, what you're trying to build. I'll give you an example. With Adobe, we built an intranet site for employees called a career pathing tool. And what it is, it's a massive tool with lots of data, with all sorts of jobs available. So 80,000 employees can progress and figure out, map, and figure out what they want to do next in the next 2, 5, 6, 10 years. Now that has a very complicated admin background. So we didn't want to do just a standard skeleton layout Drupal admin background. We actually designed the background as well. So content managers can use it really easily and they don't have to think about it or know Drupal or know the CMS. But there are other projects where there are technical teams within companies that are very familiar with the technology, that they say, I don't want to spend any money, time, or resources on designing the backend. I'll just train me, tell me how to use it, give me some documentation, we're good. So it really depends on the application. There are times when clients ask for a nice looking backend, but we actually feel it's really not worth it because there's not that much management to do or maintenance to do. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.